What is up, YouTube? It's me, the BBK, and welcome back to the Boss's Clubhouse. Oh, yes, oh, yes. Uh, I went back and replayed Tasha's interview with Orlando Bloom, and it was, a relatively good interview, I guess, to be expected from Orlando. But why after the interview he has so much to say? We'll get into it. Happy Tuesday, my peeps. I hope everyone had a great day. Yes, it is me, the BBK, and welcome back to the Boss's Lounge. We're going to be in the lounge tonight. I had a very busy day. I am exhausted. I have a date in a few minutes, but I needed to come on here because I had something to say. Now, again, I replayed Tasha K's interview with Orlando Bloom, and it was quite interesting. Um, Very interesting to see that it appeared that he was sober, but it was really disheartening to see that they actually offered him and gave him a glass of wine, knowing that he is struggling with an addiction. Now, his addiction may not have been alcohol. Okay, it may not have been alcohol, but they say an addiction is an addiction, and you shouldn't mix, you know, pee with poop, pretty much. So whether he had a drug addiction, a pill addiction, you shouldn't offer him alcohol or weed or any other drug. It's could possibly be a trigger. Nevertheless, um, after he's done this interview, hey Tube Knowledge, hey baby. After he did this interview, he went live. Not maybe the same night, but I found out today that he went live on his page. And he really had a lot of negative stuff to say. For instance, calling Tasha K a transgender. He complained that she didn't pay him for the interview. Then he complained that she didn't play his single that obviously he wanted her to promote. I sat over there and watched him eat, drink, be merry, and get loose. Now he went on an extra step to say that he implied, excuse me, let me correct myself. He implied that Tasha was over there doing booger sugar, cocaine. Now, I don't know Tasha personally. However, I feel deep in my spirit, next to the catfish and the french fries, that Tasha don't do no drugs. Tasha's energy is too out there for her to dibble and dabble in drugs. Now, if she do, that's her business. What you do in your private home, stay at home. And if she did do it, I then sure hope she didn't do it in front of them. Again, I digress. I don't believe she did drugs, but the fact for him to imply that she did was really disheartening. He also says she clout chased off of him. He says she touched on sensitive questions about him and Raven Simone. Well, he know anybody that wants to talk to him, interview him, invite him to a podcast, or want to know anything about his history are always going to have some burning, seething questions about Raven Simone. It is what it is. Now, I really feel that this young man is a very troubled man. And again, I wish Tasha didn't even interview him. I wish she didn't have nothing to do with him. Because what can a crackhead really offer her? And in terms of her chasing his name for clout, I don't think his name is even in the same zip code as Cardi B's. So if we wanted to talk about clout, I would suggest he wait a little bit, fall back, Because if you was gonna say she was chasing some clout, it would be Cardi B's. Okay? He ain't even in the same zip code, area code, county. His name is nowhere amongst Cardi B or any others that she's interviewed. I still have to catch up on the Carbonation interview. I know I missed one. It was the ladies of Carbonation, and I think it may be another one that I have to catch up on. But Orlando, I really think you need to get some help. You were over there like your third eye was wide awake and in full motion. You were over there saying, and it may very well be some truth to what he said, but he implied that Kevin Hart was a clone. He implied that Raven was a clone. He said that Kevin was taller and how they were masking it with commercials and him being seated and not going below the waist and all of this. He went on to say that Raven was shorter. That this Raven is shorter than the original Raven. The cloned Kevin is taller than the original, and the cloned Raven is shorter than the original, is what he implied on Tasha K's platform. Now, the Maddie Mob and the Winos to send me some videos to look at, more interviews and podcasts that he's done. And there was a question asked about why him and Nick Cannon got into it and had words, and he wouldn't elaborate. Okay. Now, I just got a video or a podcast where someone else spoke to him on camera and asked the same questions about Nick Cannon. I haven't listened to that video yet, so I don't know, what he said. I will say this. When he was on his rant on his live earlier today, called himself Dragon Tasha and talking about Raven and how she haven't called him and wished him happy birthday. Let me tell you something about a sour addict. A sour addict, any addict, first of all, is very jealous and very selfish. Very selfish. He spent all his time talking about how much he loved Raven, and he not gonna talk about her. He want her to come back because that ain't the real Raven. He not playing into the narrative. And at the same time, he goes live and talk about how she didn't call him and wish him happy birthday, and how she didn't call and checked on him. Orlando, guess what? When you're a full-blown addict and you are off the wagon, people call and check on you. People come and talk to you. People try to get you help. People try to soothe you. People try to do all kinds of things, and you're not in the mood or the vicinity to even listen to them, let alone get help. So that when people are tired, bored, burnt out on your addict, your junkie stunts, they tend to move on. Not that they don't have love for you, they just don't have love for the bullshit that you be doing. And I feel very confident that Raven and many others that worked with him as a child actor and worked with him as an adult in acting and music, I think the majority of them are probably played out over your little junkie stunts because, baby, they was quick, fast, and in a hurry, back to back to back to back to back. You could wear a person out in 30 days, let alone 3 years. So I'm sure in her mind, she probably says, you know what, when he get clean, when he decide he's done with drugs, he'll holler at me because I'm definitely done with him and his shenanigans. And until he wants to do better and be better for himself, I'm not fooling with him. And that would be a normal reaction from anybody that dealt with him. Now, I am feeling much better today, you guys, if you can tell. I didn't have much else. I saw a lot of craziness on Instagram. Even I even heard about Nene Leaks. Her, what is it? Bryson's baby mama done drug Nene across the grass. Child. She talked about how she took a cut on profit on selling one of her houses. She talked about how her boutiques was flops and fails. She said she hoped the restaurant business works for her because nothing else does. She once upon a time had told her baby mama how she was going to hook them up and set them up so she wouldn't have to work for life. But unfortunately, it appears that maybe Miss Nene done been blackballed. Maybe Miss Nene is sitting in the seat that Monique just got up out of. Not real sure. But I will say this. With all of the talking and madness that she's done, she should just have several seats. It's the last I did hear when I was reading She was talking about suing Bravo for some reason, and I cannot even imagine. I want to say it was hostile work conditions, was what she said. But if she don't take away nothing from that whole experience with the Real Housewives, I hope the one piece of advice that she offered to many others that she should take herself: close your legs to married men. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. hmm Well, I got to get out of here, y'all. I got a date. So thank y'all for coming by. I appreciate y'all. I just had to put that word out there real quick. Orlando, you're a joke. You're a junkie joke. You're a jokey junkie doing junkie stunts. Please go to NACASAAAMADA and get you some help, boo boo. Go somewhere and get treated. Somebody, Tasha asked you how your child was. For a minute, you stumbled. I don't think you really knew. You said two, but then when you went to adding up the years that you and your baby mama, your wife, your girl, your other half been together, it got a little bit confusing. You said 2 years, then you said you knew her a year before y'all dated, then y'all dated, and it's been 2 years, now it's going on 4 years, but the baby's only 2 years old. Like, dude, thank God I had no vested interest in any parts of that question. Could care less. It's just something that I noticed. All right, y'all. Be good. Love y'all. Shout out to all the bosses. I love y'all. Be sweet, be blessed, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Hey, CC. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you. Honey, it might not be that hot. It's very warm, though. Very warm. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.